The Craxian warrior looked down at the wounded human soldier with satisfaction, mandibles clicking in amusement. The female's leg was clearly broken, bent at an unnatural angle as she dragged herself across the battlefield debris. Victory was finally theirs, or so they thought. General Thakvar of the Craxian Empire stood atop the ridge, surveying the battlefield through his compound eyes. His forces had driven the human defenders back, inflicting heavy casualties. The mining colony would fall within hours. Only scattered resistance remained, like this pathetic wounded soldier below. "Sir," his lieutenant chittered, "should we finish the wounded one?" "No," Thakvar waved a dismissive claw. "Let her suffer. Humans are fragile, see how she writhes in pain? A Craxian would already be dead from shock. Their weakness disgusts me." The human Corporal Lisa Park, according to her tags, had stopped crawling. She lay propped against a destroyed vehicle, her rifle across her lap, broken legs stretched out before her. Her radio crackled with static. "Park, report. Park, do you copy?" The voice sounded desperate. She keyed the mic with bloodied fingers. "This is Park. I'm hit. Legs broken. Craxians have overrun Sector 7. Can you move?" Park looked at her mangled leg and laughed, a sound that made nearby Craxian soldiers pause. "Negative, but I'm still operational." "Park, get out of there. That's an order." "Sorry, Captain. Can't follow that one." She checked her ammunition. "But I can buy you time. How long do you need?" "Park, don't." She switched off the radio and began doing something the Craxians couldn't understand. She started singing. Some human battle song, her voice carrying across the killing field. "Why does she sing?" a young warrior asked. "Is it death ritual?" "Fear," General Thakvar decided. "Their minds break when facing death. See how she doesn't even try to escape?" But something was wrong. The human wasn't acting like broken prey. She was checking her weapon, adjusting her position, creating clear firing lanes. Her singing never stopped, even as she grimaced from pain. The first Craxian patrol approached carefully. 7 warriors in full armor, weapons ready. The human waited until they were 20 meters away before opening fire. 3 dropped before the others dove for cover. "Impossible," Thakvar snarled. "She's wounded. Broken." The human had stopped singing. Now she was talking loud enough for the universal translators to pick up. "That's 4 magazines left. 30 rounds each. How many of you want to find out if I'll run out before you do?" "Rush her," a squad leader ordered. "She's just one broken human." 12 warriors charged. Park's rifle barked steadily, controlled bursts dropping attackers with mechanical precision. When they got close, she transitioned to her sidearm without hesitation. When the smoke cleared, 8 Craxians lay still. The survivors retreated. "Sir," the lieutenant's voice trembled. "She's killed 15 warriors. Alone. With a broken leg." "Send a full platoon," Thakvar ordered. "Overwhelm her." But as the platoon assembled, other reports started coming in. 3 wounded humans in Sector 4 had held a bridge for 2 hours, killing 40 attackers before ammunition ran out. A human with a punctured lung had stalked and killed an entire scout squad. Another with severe burns had rigged improvised explosives, taking 20 warriors with him. "General," the intelligence officer's scales had gone pale. "We're receiving reports across all sectors. Wounded humans aren't. They're not retreating. They're not surrendering. They're fighting harder." Below, Park had dragged herself to a new position, leaving a blood trail. She'd stacked ammunition and grenades within easy reach, built a crude barricade from bodies and debris. Her singing had resumed, different song, same defiance. "This makes no sense," Thakvar muttered. "Pain weakens. Injury diminishes capacity. It's biological fact." "Not for humans, sir." The intelligence officer pulled up captured medical data. "Their combat doctrine has something called Wounded Warrior Protocol. They train to fight through injuries that would incapacitate any other species. They have a saying, 'Pain is temporary, death is permanent.'" The platoon attacked. Park met them with grenades, gunfire, and when her ammunition ran low, her combat knife. She killed 6 more before a plasma bolt found her shoulder. Still, she didn't stop. With one arm useless and her leg twisted beneath her, she managed to shoot 3 more warriors before her rifle clicked empty. A Craxian warrior approached to finish her, and she smiled through blood-stained teeth. "Come closer," she whispered. "I've got something for you." The warrior hesitated. That hesitation saved his life. Park detonated her last grenade, taking 2 enemies with her but somehow, impossibly, surviving the blast herself. "She still lives?" a warrior reported, disbelief coloring his tone. Park lay in a crater of her own making, barely conscious but still gripping her knife. More Craxians surrounded her, but none wanted to approach. They'd seen what this broken human could do. "General," the lieutenant's voice shook, "if one wounded human can do this." "I'm thinking the same thing," Thakvar interrupted. His compound eyes focused on the human positions. "How many wounded do they have? How many are we not seeing?" As if in answer, explosions rippled across their rear lines. Reports flooded in. Wounded humans they'd bypassed had regrouped, attacked supply lines, sabotaged equipment. One soldier with internal bleeding had crawled into their ammunition depot. "They don't stop," the intelligence officer said quietly. "Sir, I've analyzed their history. Humans have a condition called adrenaline surge and something they call hysterical strength. Pain doesn't weaken them, it can make them stronger. And psychologically, they have concepts like going down fighting and taking you with me. That's insane. That's humans, sir." Below, reinforcements had reached Park. A medic worked frantically while soldiers carried her to safety. Even semi-conscious, she kept trying to grab a weapon. "Sir," communications reported, "the humans are broadcasting. They're thanking us. Thanking us. For giving their wounded something to do, sir. They say we've activated every injured soldier in the colony. They're calling it target-rich environment for mobility-impaired personnel." The absurdity of it hit Thakvar like a physical blow. The humans were thanking them for creating more fighters. Wounded, broken, dying fighters who were somehow more dangerous than healthy ones. "General, what are your orders?" Thakvar looked at the battlefield, counted the bodies around where one broken human had made her stand, calculated how many wounded humans might be waiting, armed and ready to die fighting. Imagine trying to clear a colony where every injured defender became a walking bomb, a hidden sniper, a trap waiting to spring. "Full retreat," he said quietly. "All forces, fall back to the ships." "Sir." The lieutenant couldn't hide his shock. "We're winning." "Are we?" Thakvar pointed to Park's position. 1 human, broken leg, 41 dead warriors. Now multiply that by every wounded human in that colony. We're not fighting soldiers anymore. We're fighting something that gets more dangerous when damaged. The retreat began, harried by humans who shouldn't have been able to fight. Some crawled after the Craxians, firing. Others had jury-rigged mobility aids from debris. One group of wounded had somehow stolen a Craxian vehicle and were pursuing in reverse, the driver steering with one hand while missing an eye. The Empire's records would list the retreat as a tactical withdrawal pending reinforcement. But every warrior who'd been there knew the truth. They'd fled from an enemy who transformed injury into rage, pain into power, and certain death into a tactical advantage. Because they'd learned something terrifying about humans that day. Breaking their bodies didn't break their will. It just made them angry. And angry humans, even broken ones, were the most dangerous humans of all.